Somewhere on LinkedIn right now, a manager at a company near you is scrolling through her feed, and one of the jobs on her list this year is to find a cause her team can get behind. She has a small budget, she has willing colleagues, and she has no idea your charity exists. That is the quiet opportunity LinkedIn offers a small charity, because it is the one place where the people who hold corporate budgets, sponsorship decisions, professional skills, and staff volunteering days spend their working attention. It is not a place for the same posts you put on Instagram. It is a different room with a different mood. This video shows you how to use LinkedIn specifically to reach corporate and professional supporters. From setting up your page to what to post, who to follow, and how to start a warm conversation that actually goes somewhere. One honest note first. This is educational content only. We are not affiliated with LinkedIn or any platform or company. The features and rules of any platform change without warning. Nothing here is legal or financial advice, and no results are guaranteed. Why LinkedIn is a different room. Let us start with why LinkedIn deserves separate thought from the rest of your social media. On most platforms, people arrive to be entertained, distracted, or moved, and your charity is competing with holidays, babies, and dancing. On LinkedIn, people arrive with their work brain switched on, thinking about their company, their industry, their reputation, and their year. That changes everything about what lands. A post that would sail straight past someone on Instagram can stop a marketing director here because it speaks to something they are being asked to deliver. The people who decide on sponsorships, community budgets, volunteering days, and free professional help are all in this one room, already thinking about exactly those things. That is why LinkedIn is not simply another box to tick on your social media rota. It is a targeted channel to an audience you cannot easily reach anywhere else. Treat it as its own thing, with its own tone and purpose, and it will repay the attention whom you are actually trying to reach. Before you post a single word, get clear about who you are talking to, because corporate supporter is far too vague a target to aim at. In practice, you are trying to reach a handful of real specific people. There is the person who runs community or responsibility work at a local employer. There is the office manager or people lead who has been asked to find a team volunteering day. There is the small business owner who grew up in your area and quietly wants to give something back. There is the professional with a skill you badly need, a lawyer, an accountant, a designer who would happily give a few hours. And there are your own trustees' contacts, sitting one connection away. Picture those people by name if you can, and write for them rather than for a faceless company. Companies do not care about anything. People inside companies do. And every corporate relationship began with one human being deciding your cause was worth their effort. Getting your charity page right. With those people in mind, look at your LinkedIn page through their eyes, because it is often the first thing they check. Many charity pages are half finished. A logo, a two-line description written years ago, and then silence. That tells a curious manager you are either inactive or disorganized, and neither invites a partnership. Fix the basics, a clear logo, a banner image that shows your actual work, and a description in plain words that says who you help, where, and what a business could do alongside you. Add your location, your website, and the link that takes people somewhere genuinely useful. Then post something, because recent activity says a real, living organization lives here. None of this needs money or design skills, only an hour and the willingness to be specific. When someone types your name in because a colleague mentioned you at lunch, that page is your handshake, so make it a confident one. Your people are your reach. Here is the part most charities miss. Your organization's page is not where your reach lives. Your people are. Company pages on LinkedIn are quiet. Personal profiles are loud. A post from your founder, your fundraiser, or a trustee will travel much further than the same words from your logo, because people connect with people. So encourage everyone in your charity to be visible in their own voice, sharing what they saw this week, what moved them, what they learned. Ask your trustees, volunteers, and staff to reshare your page's posts, adding a line of their own about why it matters to them. Between them, a handful of people connected to local businesses and former employers can carry your cause into rooms your page will never reach. Your page is the shopfront. Your people are the invitation. Build that sharing habit gently and without pressure, and your reach multiplies without a penny of spend. What professionals actually stop for. So what should you post here? Think about what a working person finds worth their attention, and lead with that. Impact told with substance. Here is what happened. Here is what it took. Here is what changed. Honest glimpses of how the work really gets done, something you learned the hard way that another organization could use. Genuine thanks to a company that helped you, named and specific, because that is quietly the most persuasive post you will ever write. And now and then, a clear invitation, we are looking for a company to do this with us. What tends not to land is the endless fundraising thermometer, the vague inspirational quote, or the same emotive appeal you posted everywhere else. Professionals respond to competence and honesty. Show them a charity that knows what it is doing, tells the truth about it, and treats its partners well, and you become the organization they think of when their company asks them to find a cause, sounding credible without going corporate. There is a trap here, and small charities fall into it constantly. Wanting to sound credible to a business audience, they start writing like a business, all synergies and stakeholders and strategic alignment, and every scrap of warmth drains out. Do not do that. The thing that makes you interesting to a corporate audience is precisely that you are not another company. You are close to something real that they are not close to. Your advantage is the story they cannot get from a quarterly report. So keep your plain human voice, keep the specific detail, keep the person's name and the actual moment, and simply frame it in a way that connects to their world, their staff, their community, their values. Be professional in the sense of being clear, prepared, and reliable, not in the sense of being bloodless. The best charity posts on LinkedIn sound like a thoughtful person who does meaningful work, talking honestly to other grown-ups, which is exactly what you are. Finding and following the right people. LinkedIn is not only for broadcasting, it is a place to quietly find people, and that is where its real value sits for a small charity. Start by following the local employers you would genuinely want beside you and see who works there. Look for the titles that matter to you: community, responsibility, people, marketing, or simply the owner of a small firm nearby. Follow them, read what they post, and notice what their company says it cares about. Comment thoughtfully, not to sell but because you have something real to add. Over weeks, you become a familiar, sensible name in their feed, rather than a stranger in their messages. Connect with the people your trustees and volunteers already know, because a shared connection turns a cold approach into a warm one. This is slow work, 10 minutes here and there, but it is how a charity with no budget quietly builds a bench of people who already know who you are. Warm messages, not cold pitches. When the time comes to actually reach out, the message you send matters enormously, and most charity messages get deleted for the same reason. They arrive as a long, hopeful pitch from a stranger asking for money. Do the opposite. Keep it short, make it about them, and ask for something small and easy. Mention the real reason you are writing, something they posted, something their company said, a connection you share, say who you are in one line. Then make a modest, specific invitation, a 15-minute conversation, a look at what you do, a question you genuinely want their view on. Do not attach a sponsorship pack to a first hello, and when someone does not reply, let it go gracefully, because people are busy and silence is not rejection. A warm, unpushy note from a charity that has clearly done its homework stands out from everything else in that inbox, and it opens far more doors than a polished pitch ever will. Ask for skills and time, not only money. One more reason LinkedIn is worth your while: the corporate support you need is often not money at all. Companies have things they can give far more easily than cash. A team of people for a day, a lawyer's afternoon, a designer's week, meeting rooms, unwanted laptops, or a payroll giving scheme they already run and nobody uses. Their staff often want this more than the company does, because people are quietly asking to do something meaningful with their working time. So make those doors easy to knock on. Say plainly on LinkedIn what non-cash help would genuinely change your month, and be concrete. We need someone who understands contracts. We could use 6 pairs of hands in the garden in March. Vague appeals get nothing, specific ones get replies. And when a professional gives you their skill and enjoys it, they very often become the person inside that company, arguing for the money later. That is how long partnerships quietly begin, with a small favor that felt good to give, a small steady rhythm you can keep. Finally, the thing that decides whether any of this works, a rhythm you can actually sustain. LinkedIn rewards showing up steadily, far more than it rewards being brilliant once. But you have a tiny team and 100 other jobs, so be realistic. One good post a week is plenty, and 10 minutes twice a week to read, comment, and follow a few people is enough to keep you present. Keep a running note of things worth sharing so you are never staring at a blank box, and let your colleagues carry some of it. What kills a charity's LinkedIn presence is not bad posts, it is an enthusiastic fortnight followed by 8 months of silence. Pick a rhythm so light you would feel silly missing it, then hold it for a year. These relationships mature slowly, over months of quiet familiarity, so the only real strategy is to still be there when someone finally goes looking for a cause to support. Quick recap. Let us bring it together. LinkedIn is not just another social channel. It is the one room where the people who hold corporate budgets, volunteering days, and professional skills are already thinking about work and community. Get clear on the handful of real people you want to reach. Tidy your page so it looks alive, and remember that your reach comes from your people's profiles far more than from your logo. Post impact with substance, honest lessons, and warm public thanks to the companies that help you. Keep your human voice instead of trying to sound corporate. Follow and gently engage with the right people over weeks. And when you do reach out, send a short, warm, specific note rather than a pitch. Ask for skills and time, not only money, and hold a small, steady rhythm you can keep for a whole year. Corporate support can feel like a locked door for a small charity, something that happens to bigger organizations with proper partnership teams. But almost every one of those relationships started the same way. One person inside a company noticed the cause and decided it was worth their effort. LinkedIn is simply the place where those people are already thinking about exactly the things you need. You do not need a strategy or a budget to begin. So here is your simple start this week. Spend 20 minutes making your LinkedIn page look like a living organization, then write one honest post thanking a supporter or sharing something real that happened, and ask two people from your charity to share it with a line of their own. Do that a few times, and in a few months, you will be a name that local businesses already recognize. Remember that everything here is educational only. We are not affiliated with LinkedIn or any platform or company. Platform features and rules change without notice. Nothing here is legal or financial advice, and no results are guaranteed. So verify anything important with the official source. If this helped, subscribe for more practical, honest charity marketing you can actually use. And take a look at the companion written guide linked below. We will keep turning big, intimidating topics into calm, doable steps, one video at a time.